Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the world around you fade. Together, we will journey to a realm where myths come alive and mysteries whisper their secrets. This is your moment to pause, to wonder, and to escape. The Phantom Horseman of Cnoc Meadha, a ghostly tale of an undead warrior. The mist-covered hill. The winds howled over the rugged landscape of Cnoc Meadha, a lonely hill in the west of Ireland, where few dared to walk after nightfall. For generations, the villagers spoke in hushed whispers of a figure that rode through the mist, a warrior cloaked in shadow, mounted upon a towering black steed. Some said he was a restless spirit, doomed to wander for eternity. Others claim he sought vengeance for a betrayal long forgotten. But all agreed one thing: those who saw the Phantom Horseman would soon know great misfortune. Despite the warnings, there were always those who did not heed them. Some were skeptics, believing it nothing more than an old legend. Others, driven by curiosity or bravado, ventured too close to the haunted hill. Few returned unchanged. One such man was Fionn O'Daly, a young storyteller from a nearby village, who, on the eve of Samhain, decided he would uncover the truth of the ghostly rider once and for all. The Omen of the Horseman. Fionn had heard the tales since childhood, but he'd always believed that there was more to the legend than mere superstition. With a lantern in hand and his cloak wrapped tightly against the chilling wind, he made his way up the slopes of Cnoc Meadha. The mist thickened with every step, curling around him like ghostly fingers. Then, the sound of hooves shattered the silence. Distant at first, then growing louder, the rhythmic pounding of a galloping horse echoed through the night. Fionn's breath caught in his throat as he saw him, just as the legends had described. A towering figure, draped in tattered black robes, sat astride an enormous horse, its eyes burning like embers in the dark. The warrior's face was hidden beneath a rusted helmet, his armour dented and worn, as though he had fought 100 battles and never left the field. The horse reared up, its cry a terrible sound that sent shivers down Fionn's spine. But as Fionn took a step back, the warrior did not charge at him. Instead, he spoke, a voice like the wind through dead trees. "Mortal, why do you walk this cursed land?" Fionn, though trembling, found his voice. "I seek the truth of your story. Who are you?" For a long moment, the horseman said nothing. Then he lowered his head, as though burdened by a great sorrow. "I was once known as Eon, a warrior of the Fianna, but I was betrayed, struck down not by my enemies, but by those I called my brothers. And so, I ride, night after night, seeking justice, or peace that will never come." A warrior's betrayal. The mist swirled around them as the ghostly warrior began his tale. Long ago, when Ireland was a land of heroes and high kings, Eon had been among the bravest of the Fianna, the legendary warriors who served the land. He had fought with honour, wielding his blade in service to his chieftain. But jealousy is a poison that seeps into even the strongest bonds. Eon's skill and bravery had won in the favour of the High King himself, and with it, the envy of his fellow warriors. Whispers of treachery spread among them, fanned by one who desired Eon's downfall. A warrior named Lorcan, whose heart burned with hatred. On the eve of a great battle, Eon was sent on a mission deep into enemy territory, but it was a trap. His own comrades had conspired against him, leading him into an ambush. Outnumbered and alone, he fought with the strength of 10 men, but even he could not stand against the treachery of his own kin. Struck down and left for dead, Eon cursed the names of those who had betrayed him. His body fell, but his spirit did not rest. And so, bound by fury and sorrow, he rode the night roads, forever searching for justice or a way to finally be free. The test of truth. Theon listened in silence, his heart heavy with the weight of the tale. But why are you still bound here, Eon? What keeps you from passing? The warrior's eyes, glowing like dying embers, locked onto Theon's. My name has been lost, my honour forgotten. I seek one who will speak the truth of my tale, one who will restore my name and tell the world what was done to me. If my story is remembered, I may finally find peace. Theon, though filled with fear, understood what he must do. I will share your story, Eon. I will share your name so that you are not lost to time. The horseman studied him for a long moment. Then slowly he nodded. Then let it be so. A great wind tore through the hilltop, and the mist seemed to shatter like glass. The figure of Eon began to fade, the fire in his eyes dimming. His horse, too, grew faint, its restless movements slowing as though a great weight had been lifted. Go now, mortal. Let them know who I was. Eon's voice whispered, already fading. Then, with one final gust of wind, he was gone. The power of memory. Theon returned to his village before the break of dawn. True to his word, he told Eon's story, speaking of the warrior's courage, his betrayal, and his restless spirit. He shared the tale with every traveller who passed through, ensuring that Eon's name would not be forgotten. And in the years that followed, the mist of Cnoc grew lighter. The phantom horseman was seen less and less, until, at last, he vanished entirely. Some say he had finally found peace. Others believe he still rides, waiting for the day when all wrongs will be righted. But one lesson remains. Our stories have power. To remember someone is to give them life, and to forget them is to let them fade into nothing. So when the mist rolls over the hills and the wind whispers through the trees, listen well, for there are voices in the night waiting to be heard. And sometimes, all they ask is to be remembered. A lesson in the power of storytelling. The tale of the Phantom Horseman teaches us that the past is never truly gone. It lingers in the stories we tell, in the names we remember, and in the justice we seek. We cannot change what has already been done, but we can honour the truth and ensure that those who came before us are not lost to time. So tell the stories, keep the names alive, because sometimes A story is the only thing that keeps a soul from vanishing forever. As the whispers of myth fade into the stillness, carry their magic with you into the world. Until we meet again, may your spirit wander, and may your days be filled with wonder. Thank you for listening to Whispering Myths. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, be sure to subscribe to Whispering Myths. That way, you won't miss out on any of the magical tales that I share. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. Thank you for listening, and until we meet again, may the whispers of myths guide your dreams.